How's it going, everybody, and welcome to the Minute Channel. Today we're going to be discussing some pretty interesting news that happened last week. I know a lot of people already made videos about it and everything, but I did want to make my own kind of video and talk about it. But I was kind of just waiting also that now that a lot of people kind of finished their videos, now I can kind of do mine and talk about it. So it was recently announced that well, PlayStation announced that they are going to be closing the PlayStation 3, the PSP and the PS Vita storefront that they have. This comes out almost at no surprise to me, particularly as a couple years ago the Wii storefront closed. So seeing that the Wii and the PS3 have kind of like that same they're on that same era, and same with the PSP. It was a no surprise to myself. I know a lot of people that are kind of upset at Sony about this, but I kind of want to bring that up. I'm like, yeah, but Nintendo did the same thing, and I don't remember people kind of like being like this mad as they are with Sony. Now that does bring the question on a couple different discussion videos that I kind of just wanted to merge into one, because you can definitely argue this in very different facets. What is like actual ownership of digital games? Like, did you actually own a game, or did you own a license for a game during the duration of this storefront? Because that's pretty much what it sounds like to me. Like, if you want to think about it like that, when you turn on your system, there is a part of the system that checks whether you have a license for a game or not. Based on that, you are allowed to play the game. Even if you haven't downloaded it in your hard drive, and you take the hard drive out of the PlayStation and you put it into another PlayStation or something like that, you still don't really own the game. You can download the game as many times as you want, as long as you have that license. But in reality, if they were to remove the game for the storefront, for example, which has happened a few times, and you deleted the game, even if you had the license for the game, you're no longer able to download the game. At the same time, there are situations where you can lose your account. For example, that you broke some kind of rule from the storefront or the PSN or whatever. They can ban your account, and they can basically just kind of take away all the games that you purchase. Even if you broke some rules, you still own your games. I mean, like, just because you broke some rules doesn't mean that you kind of have to lose hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars that you invested into the games. There's like a lot of different facets that you can think about, and the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of like, well, wow, that really does suck to be in the position that you're in now with the PS5, because the PS5 did an all digital release of a PlayStation 5. Now I'm kind of feeling like that is a terrible purchase now, and for a lot of people. And I'm not saying like if you purchase it or not, I don't really care, but personally speaking, that makes me very uncomfortable. The fact that now we're seeing things like the storefronts being pulled, and sure, people are like, well, yeah, well, that's gonna be like 15, 17 years from now. Yeah, that's fine, but you know what? A lot of people still like to play games from 15, 17 years. Hell, my channel is dedicated to Persona, and we talk about games that are 25 years old, even like 30 years old. So it doesn't really matter to me whether the games were like out yesterday or a month ago or 6 months ago or 30 years ago. It's still a game that some people want to play, and the fact that there are so many caveats now to the digital front, it does make me worried, and it does make me kind of feel like Sony is doing the wrong move here. Now, what could they do to mitigate this kind of stuff? And to be honest, this comes at no surprise to me again that they removed the storefront, because it does make sense. They have to have servers up, they have to pay the upkeep, they have to have all this investment going on something that nobody really cares much about. Like, let's be honest here, I don't know how many people just go over the storefront and buy PlayStation 3 games or PlayStation 2 games or whatever on the PS3 store, but it's gonna be a really minority. Like, it's gonna be like a small percentage of people that actually does this, and not thinking about just daily and everything like that. So in a sense, I get the thing. I'm not defending Sony, of course, and I'm not saying that their move was good, but it's at least an understandable move, and I do kind of see where they're coming from with that. At the same time, I do think that it's a really terrible decision, because there is a lot of fans, there is a lot of people that love these games, that are into them, and it's almost like a slap in the face for PS3 owners or PSP owners, because there are some people that there's a lot of people that bought a PS Vita this year. There's a lot of people that bought a PSP this year. You know, there's people that recently went to the GameStop and bought a PS3. You know, there's these people still exist. There's some people that are now just starting to get into gaming and they want to play older games. A lot of Persona gamers that are into Persona games are just not getting into Persona. They want to get a PS3 so they can play the other games, you know. So all these people actually do exist, and they do at the same time should have the right as any other consumer to be able to kind of go to the store and buy games and everything like that. But I do see again where Sony kind of comes from in that end and everything. My thing will be just they should definitely just order add the storefront to the PS5 and the PS4. There is no reason why it shouldn't be this way. Emulation in games is not as hard as it was once upon a time. The PS4 and the PS5 definitely seem like pretty beefy computers in a sense that they should be able to run these games. I mean, let's be honest, some people are playing some PSP and PS2 games already emulating in their computer. There's absolutely no excuse for that. There's no reason for that. The storefront that they had, the PlayStation Now system, plays PS3 games. So looking at all this kind of stuff, you can see that there's really no reason for them not to have exported everything to the modern consoles for people to be able to still enjoy these games. So I don't know what they're gonna do here. This is just kind of my discussion video, kind of talk about my raw feelings, how I feel about it. And I just kind of feel like it's shitty for fans and for consumers. Sony has made some pretty terrible choices the last few weeks, months, and I'm not. This is comes from my PlayStation fan. I literally have my PlayStations over here. That's like the only other consoles that I own besides the Switch. So like I own every single PlayStation so far. I'm a huge fan, and I'm just this is coming from a fan. This is not coming from like an Xbox fan or anything like that. Sure, I do use my PC and everything, but like this is coming from somebody that has been in the PlayStation ecosystem for a long time, and it just sucks to see it go this way. Like, I really expected Sony to gonna be more careful with this kind of stuff, because again, there are fans that love this kind of products, and there are still a lot of people. There's different kind of markets that you can market to. Seeing that they announced recently the remake of The Last of Us was kind of bizarre to me as well. For example, because I was like, man, there's a lot of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games that could really benefit from a remaster. Like, no, let's be honest here. Sure, maybe The Last of Us could look a little bit better, but it's still a really damn good looking game, especially if you play that remaster on the PS4. Hell, it looks like some games better than some games on the PS4. Weird, right? But at the same time, there is a ton of other games that I will say that maybe those resources are really badly spent there. Maybe they could spend some of those resources on something else. Anyway, that is pretty much in this video here. Just talking about this news, and I kind of feel about it. Let me know, because how do you feel about it, and what do you think about all this? If you're new, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.